I'm hoping that you have recovered from the 9-cat story. Now, let's look a little closer at your PSI career and work-life grid by exploring more specifically what your report says about you. You will see that a portion of each of the 4 quadrants of the grid is shaded in a darker overlay of that quadrant's color. And for most people, one quadrant will have a larger shaded area than all the rest, with the remaining 3 quadrants decreasing in size by some rank order. For some of you, there may be 2 quadrants that have an equal or almost equal shaded area, and they are larger than the other 2. Either way, you will quickly be able to see visually which quadrants of the grid most reflect your interest, typical behavior, and motivation, and which quadrants have less influence on you, your interest, and behavior. Since personality and behavior are not a simple and single-dimension measure of who we are in total, we have developed the PSI Career and Work-Life Grid to suggest how your interest and behavior are proportionately influenced by all the factors that human beings share in common. We want you to understand that even if one color is far and away the dominant quadrant of your grid, you also have the influences of all the other 3 quadrants in your personality. We are not just one dimension, exclusive of all the rest. We are somewhat complex, and our individual strengths, maybe you prefer to call them gifts, are a unique combination, structured arrangement, or permutation of all the basic building blocks that people share. That was really one of Hippocrates' most important contributions to our understanding of human behavior. Whatever rank order the colors of your grid configuration are, they assess and provide extremely important insight into your interests and what work outcomes will motivate you, offer you the most sustained work and career satisfaction, and help determine where you will likely develop the best, most productive skills. Please understand, interests do not infer skills or talent. Liking something and being good at it is not necessarily the same thing. However, there is a correlation between the 2. You and I, all of us, will invest our time and energies in developing skills and activities that we like a lot more than we will in activities that we don't like. I hope that makes a certain amount of intuitive sense to you. If red is your largest grid quadrant, you want to do work that is hands-on, here and now. Work that has tangible, task-oriented results. You like work that is physical, and you may literally like to work with your hands. You probably enjoy mechanical or operational activities, and you like results that you can see, touch, and feel, and at the end of the day say, "Look what I have done." You will find satisfaction in implementing and initiating work and tasks. You have a high sense of urgency and want to finish results now. You like practical here and now solutions, and patience may not be your greatest virtue. You will typically like group activities that apply clear-cut data. You will prefer a busy schedule, and you are prone to be very direct with others and logical in your thinking and decision-making. If green is your largest grid quadrant, you want to do work that involves human relationships and influencing other people. That's not just sales, that's any work that involves working with other people. This can be sales, but it can be anything that is measured in relationships, including teaching, possibly preaching, consulting, politics, any people-focused activity. You will find satisfaction in selling and promoting ideas and causes. You are motivated to persuade and influence the thinking and actions of others and have an impact on what they choose to do. Your sense of urgency is also high, but though you prefer to work with people, you may also not have as much patience as you might need sometimes. You will likely like activities that offer you an opportunity to be competitive and assertive. You prefer to be flexible, and you want to incorporate a certain amount of novelty and variety into your thinking and decision making. If blue is your largest grid quadrant, you want to work with your mind. You want to do work that has analytical, conceptual, creative, maybe even artistic outcomes. You want results that make the future better because you are a planner, and this can involve academics, research, programming, and the creative arts, and lots of other conceptual activities. You will find satisfaction in figuring things out and dealing with concepts. You are motivated to find abstract solutions, and you want to be allowed to work on your own sometimes and not have to live up to the expectations of others. Your level of urgency is driven more by preparing for the future and finding new and better ways to get things done. And sometimes you can put things off, hoping to figure out how to do them even better. You will typically like activities that offer you opportunities for individualized support and allow you to express your feelings. You do not want to be rushed, and you like time to reflect in your thinking and decision making, and sometimes you will get more engaged in your feelings than is appropriate or maybe productive. If orange is your largest grid quadrant, you want work that is measured, quite simply, in measurements. You want work outcomes that result from systems, procedures, carrying out plans. You like numbers, processes, and things that you can count and keep track of. This might include accounting, finance, computers, and any systems-oriented work or activities. You will find satisfaction in scheduling and initiating work that involves detail. You have a high desire to control the outcome of your effort and work. You like practical and objective results, and being sensitive to others is sometimes not your greatest strength. Sometimes you will want such perfection that it can be hard to please or meet your expectations. You typically can be counted on to be organized, and your concentration is highly focused. You place great importance on being able to trust others, and we can count on you to be consistent and predictable in your thinking and decision making. Well, we have only scratched the surface, and we could go on and on with this. There is so much more to learn about yourself from this grid. There are a great many nuances to this multidimensional model, and I hope that you will explore and study it further. Use it frequently to become more objective in looking at yourself. I really hope that we have at least gotten you started in understanding the basics of this broad brush portrait of who you are, and I also hope that you have learned something important about you. For this training series to pay off for you, it's very important that you believe you are learning something useful about how to better manage your own behavior and be more responsible for improving your performance. That's when this program will prove to be a valuable investment of your time. Thank you again for your interest and participation. We do appreciate your business. I look forward to having you join me in the additional sessions in this series where we will teach you how to understand and use the behavioral dashboards presented in your report.